very fruity in the beginning. Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com. Today we have a Glen Moray Chardonnay cask matured here in my cask. It's 10 years old, and well, typically I wouldn't have had that one, but you can see the bottle is not full. There's a failure at the ceiling, and so it's due to be opened. Glen Moray is a distillery which was in the former possession of the Glenmorangie PLC. They owned Glenmorangie as they do it today, and Ardbeg as well, and Glen Moray they sold in 2008 to a French company called La Martiniquaise. And if you have a look at the website of La Martiniquaise, you see that there are two whiskeys, blended whiskeys, which they sell mostly in France. It's a French company. It's called Label 5, Label 5, and William Peel. And William Peel was produced in former times up to the year 2000 something with single malt whiskey or with malt whiskey from Glenmorangie. You were able to see those stills of Glenmorangie on the website of La Martiniquaise. This is gone, and Glenmorangie stopped selling bulk whiskey in 2000, some years after probably. And La Martiniquaise needed the output of Glen Moray, and Glen Moray sold cheap whiskey to the masses, and there had been a time around 2005 where they pushed very cheap Glen Moray on the market, and I found it very, very strange and unrightful to throw this good whiskey away. So when Glenmorangie stopped selling bulk whiskey, Glen Moray was still sold outside, but they needed more at La Martiniquaise, and I think this was the reason why they bought finally Glen Moray when it came up on the market. And Glenmorangie and Ardbeg, they are in the possession of Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, a French luxury company, and they would like to have a big margin like there is in perfume. And Glen Moray wasn't able to deliver this huge margin. Yeah, there are other Glen Morays on the market. There's a no-age whiskey on the market. There is a 12-year-old and a 16-year-old. And why shall one have a Glen Moray 10-year-old? Well, this is the reason for this bottle, and I'm happy that this French alcoholic beverage company, which also sells a lot of wine, delivers this whiskey which is completely matured in Chardonnay wine casks. Chardonnay is a white grape. It's from Burgundy, and there is a small town called Chardon, and there's these famous thistle, and therefore this is the name delivered to the Chardon. What's here on the tube? Special release. Yes, it's already on the market for lots of years, so it's not that special. It's an addition to the typical whiskey. A tremendously rich Glen Moray, fully matured in Chardonnay wine barrels. So it's not finished, it's fully matured in those barrels. It might not be that all those Chardonnay casks were first fill, and typically they should be in the hogshead size. The French barrique casks typically have 240 to 250 liters of content, which have given the whiskey an incredible depth of flavor with a perfect balance of caramelized fruit, butterscotch, and the lingering notes of toasted oak. And on the back, yes, there's more. In the city of Elgin, yes, Glen Moray sits in the city of Elgin, and unfortunately they were flooded some years ago. So heavy rainfall, lots of water. Yeah, it was founded in 1897. It's the capital of Speyside. Low-roofed warehouses, so they have those old Danish warehouses at Glen Moray, allowing the malt's well-rounded character to emerge. The full maturation in Chardonnay cask creates distinctive fruity, butterscotch flavors, and as the whiskey mellows, lightly toasted notes develop. And then, single malt Scotch whiskey that can be enjoyed on its own, very good, or served over ice, ideal for drinking at any time, just after the morning race. Just 2 cubes of ice, I give you a shot. What a bullshit. So they try to increase sales to everybody. They do not have the need. It's really a good one. I had that a few years ago and I remember it very well. So there's the same on the back. And here let's have a look at this. This failed seal. Sometimes they omit the cork at all. And then there's just, well, that's it. It's just the cap on it. The cork they missed the cork, and then here they go. Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Too much. I love this shaped top of the bottle. It remembers me the necks of the pot stills. Weird without a cork. Okay. Very fruity in the beginning. Quite dominant. And then, yeah, apple. Citrus coming up. And going over to tangerine. And there is these grapes, these raisins. And officially it said chewing gum, but for me chewing gum is this Hubba Bubba chewing gum, and no Hubba Bubba. This said sweet cinnamon, but yes, probably a hint. Very fruity, quite light, and no oakiness in the aroma. No, fruit stays dominant. Have a sip. This is not American white oak. This is European oak from barrique maturation of wine, of Chardonnay white wine. And this barrique brings a light bitterness and a strong oakiness, spices, walnuts, and the aftertaste is quite intense, quite long. The cask shows through a lot better than these, well, sometimes too weak American white oak casks. So this is intense, this is Chardonnay. The grape, the wine, the fruit, and on the other hand, it's the barrique, it's the cask, it's the wood. So the aroma is quite light, and then showing now, yeah, the Chardonnay goes over a little remembrance to a fine sherry. Not that sweet, no. Some citrus tart. Yeah. This is an easy one, 10 years old, 30 euros, 40 ABV. Now showing up some caramel, So it's a more intense than usual for a younger single malt whiskey. Those full maturation in European casks, that's what matters. Yeah, spiciness. So if you have the chance to get your fingers on such a bottle, it's really worth its money. It's, well, the connection to the French vineyards, the French chateaus, which deliver those Chardonnay casks. That's the wonderful thing. And not all of the Scottish distilleries have those good connections because they are owned by them. Well, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned, there's more to come. Feel free to add your comments to this bottle in our whiskey database, and I'm happy to answer your questions in our forum and in our vlog.